Hey everybody! Today I'm making the forward beam for the flight engineer station. It's 69 inches long, 5 1/8 inches thick, compensating for the bend in the metal, which takes it to 5 1/4 inches. It's going to have a flange on top that is 1 inch the entire length. It's going to have a flange on the bottom that is also 1/2. But I'm going to overlap that and double flange that, or whatever you call it, so the entire structure won't warp. So I got her up here on my jig that I made, which is essentially a 1/2 inch piece of plywood that's 60 or so inches long. That's all I got. If you guys want to watch me sit here and bang on metal, you've come to the right place. If not, you're probably going to be pretty bored, but I'm going to let this camera run as long as it can and see if I can't produce a beam. So here we go. I've already actually started shaping a little bit, and I said, let's record this, make somebody's day. Okay, there's the initial flange. That's 1 inch. Beyond here is where my wood ends because I didn't have anything longer than 60 inches. So I've got an additional 9 inches that I'm going to have to do once I get it out of the jig. But that'll be okay because that'll be obscured by the, it'll be behind the flight engineer panel. Actually, it's the flight engineer auxiliary instrument panel. Let me get that stuff committed to memory in case anybody ever tests me. I know. Alright, now I'm making the second flange. Use a metal hammer, it's going to be a little louder. Put the old PPE in my ears. Still recording? Yes. slightly bigger hammer. Good luck. There she is. I'm probably the most disorganized person on the face of the planet, but since I'm doing the jobs of about 1,000 people, I wish I had a janitor. Okay, now that I've got those two flanges bent, I need to move the jig down to get that remaining 9 inches. After I get this thing out of the wood, I'm going to have to put metal behind it, really give it a nice shaping. But it's doing really well. It's right where I want it to be. Well, there she doesn't. Wow. Huh. Well, when all fails, apply unnecessary amounts of force. Put my gloves on, you know I'm getting serious. Shit. It's coming out of there now, buddy. Yes, sir. All right. Yep. I gotta put it right back in where I got it out of. At least try to. Rubber mallet. Ah, good. Cool. Okay. Got it back in the form. Now it's okay. No, I don't. How good is this going to get? This area I'm working on right now doesn't have to be perfect. It all doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to see any of this stuff. But we want to be in the spirit of things and get it as perfect as we can. Because I would hate for somebody to crawl up under my flight engineer table and criticize my work and I don't have any good excuse to come up with. That would drive me absolutely insane. You know, I encourage people to do that. I encourage people to criticize my work. That's one thing I haven't really got a lot of throughout my life. People are just like, wow, that's the greatest thing in the world. Not everybody can be that way. There's got to be some people out there who are like, man, that boy don't belong in the garage. Alright, see how bad I can mess this up. No. Pretty good. That's how bad I can mess it up. Blah, blah, blah. Plan B. There is no plan B. Shoot. make sense. Let me get my, there she is. There's the king of the castle. 5 1/8. That doesn't make any sense. That does not make any sense. When you're building a B-36 in your garage, you're going to come to many points where things don't make no sense. Gotta muscle through it. Keep on trucking. Okay. Why? See what's happening here. If you can see my line, that should be right on the edge. It's not. I don't know why it's not. But it's gonna be. Did I figure it out? Uh-oh. Ding. If I just get that initial bend in there, that's all I have to do. Because that will, that'll take care of things. So, where's my trusty piece of steel? There is no trusty piece of steel. There it is! Ah, we're cooking with gas. Yes, sir. Right on the line, baby. You know what? Here a little bit. There's one. And I want a nice soft edge on this. I don't want a 90. What am I doing? This thing here. Disco. Mallet disappeared. Come on. How do you lose a mallet? How? This is the part where I start cussing. But I can't cuss. So I'm focused more on not cussing than I am trying to find my mallet that should be right in front of my face. No? How do you lose a mallet? I guess I ain't gonna use a mallet then. Oh boy. you lose them out? How? Do you lose? Turn this back to its form. Killing me. Of course, it would be an issue with that right there. Thank you. There we go. There we go not. There we go. Close enough. There. Oh my God. Why? Now, okay, so I got the primary and I got the secondary bend completed. Now we're going to get this thing back in the form, and now we're going to do the other side to complete the half eye shape, I guess you'd call it. Maybe. I'm trying to avoid taking this thing back out of the mold again. I really am. Yeah, it's still recording. Check. Alright, I think y'all get the point. It looks like the camera's about to die. Or I'm going to run out of space one. We're good. So I am going to take this thing back out again. There we go. And now I am going to flip it over and put it back in there. Drop on my foot and not be able to get this thing back in here. There we go. we're good to go. Now I just got to take this. Actually, yeah, we're going to bend down. Don't want to bend the other way. We want to bend down. Get that like that. One of these up here like this. Put it on the line. Like so. Tighten it up nice and tight. I don't quite have enough. I think about 4 inches of overhang off of my my form, and I can easily do that by hand because it is going to be a 90-degree. Okay. All right. Sure would like to know where my mallet went. This surface is actually going to be exposed on the edge of the table, so it does need to be a perfect square 90-degree angle. For the sake of your entertainment, I'm not going to sit here and finesse the entire rim. I'm going to get a piece of steel, half-inch steel on this thing and go to town, but I definitely don't want to lose my shoe. So that wraps up the middle, so I just got to move this down on either side, and we'll have it. I think. We might not. This thing's going to be a pain to get out of the mold, and I don't have this since it's trapped. But, I mean, it is what it is. not to sit here and completely finesse it, because I might have to get medieval on it by the time it's all said and done. However, if the end result is the forward beam to my flight engineer table, in case some of you have forgotten what we're doing here, then I'll be happy. Whenever Convair was authorized by the Air Force to just to do away with all of the tooling that they used to make these parts, I bet the guy who threw this thing in the shredder was like, nobody will ever need this again. Wrong. Or actually, they probably shipped it out to Davis Moth and it sat there for a minute. Then they melted it. They probably actually sold it to a scrapper who melted it. Probably sat in some yard out there basking in the sun to the mid 70s before they're like, hey, we better get up there and scrap that B-36 stuff. Or Convair scrapped it. Either way, I don't appreciate it. That overhang. Okay. Hard part's over. Now it's time for the harder part. Well, at least I can pull this thing out and you guys can see what we're aiming for. My mallet has yet to materialize, despite my greatest efforts to find it. Yes, sir. Something like that. I still have to flange that, but that there is the beginning of the flight engineer beam. I believe there are 3-inch holes that allow there's probably 10 or 12 3-inch holes that line this thing, so they could run the wires from underneath the table to the circuit breakers. And there's like 50 circuit breakers that line the entire length of this table, which translates to money. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera off because I have a feeling I'm gonna get into a street fight on the driveway trying to get this thing out of this form. I'll make a video tonight of where we stand. I'll see y'all next time.